Welcome to the Christmas show. To the Christmas show.
Welcome to Classic Comics, friends. Welcome to a special Christmas episode. As always, I'm your host, Matthew Lloyd, as I am your guide to the world before the advent of the Silver Age. Today we take a special trip back to the early days of the Golden Age, 1940, with a special Christmas episode. We're going to read the first Christmas Spirit by Will Eisner from, of course, The Spirit. I've spoken about The Spirit before, here and there, but you may have heard the episode with Tony Farina on Indie Comics Spotlight, where we discussed The Spirit, which led directly into this show. So today, for the Christmas holiday, we're going to take a look at the very first Christmas Spirit story. We'll be reading from the Spirit Archives, published by DC Comics originally. Well, the archives are by DC. The Spirit was produced independently by Eisner, and he owned it. So he showed up in some quality comics in the 40s, which was one of the comics he did a lot of work for originally when he and Jerry Iger had their Eisner and Iger studio. This is all pre-Spirit stuff. And then he broke off to do The Spirit before having to go to serve in World War II. But let's get this book opened up here to the first Spirit story. And as you'll see, Eisner wanted the spirit of Christmas to fight crime as opposed to Denny Colt. The Christmas Spirit of 1940, Black Henry and Simple Simon. From December 22nd, 1940. Of course, it would have been a Sunday, as this was in the Sunday paper. It is Christmas Eve. Wildwood Cemetery slumbers under a blanket of freshly fallen snow. And then here's the Spirit and Ebony, his assistant, in the bowels of their subterranean hideout. I like Christmas Eve. Everyone in town sure looks happy. Ho hum, I'm tired, Mrs. Spirit. So am I. We've had a tough day shopping, giving gifts to all the charity organizations. Golly, lots of poor kids are going to have presents this year, thanks to the $10,000 you've deposited for them in the Paupers National Bank. Yes, now get to bed, Ebony. It's late. Later, Ebony gets up. Mrs. Spirit Boss, are you still up? Yes, sir. I kept thinking, Spirit, aren't you going to try to capture Black Henry tonight? No. Tonight another spirit fights crime and evil. The spirit of Christmas. But let us look in on Black Henry and Simple Simon, who are also thinking of Christmas in their own way. And here they are in their ramshackle looking place. Ain't it disgraceful, Henry? What? This Christmas spirit stuff. People laughing when there ain't no cause. Kids believing in Santa Claus. No wonder there's so much trouble in this world. Too many kids believe in Santa Claus. Hey, you just gave me an idea. We're going to rob the Paupers National Bank tonight. Tonight? Christmas Eve? How? Someone deposited $10,000 in there this morning. We're going to dress up as a couple of Santa Clauses and take ourselves a Christmas present. Henry, you're a genius. Thus, later that evening, they are both dressed as Santa Claus outside the bank, and one of them ringing a bell for quote-unquote donations, singing Merry Christmas, while the other is inside, rifling the safe. Policeman walks by. Merry Christmas, Santa. Same to yous. Okay, coast is clear. Come on, let go. I got the whole 10 grand. Ha 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 ha. I even made 50 cents from the suckers that passed by while I was being lookout. Santa Claus, ha ha. They approach a church. Listen, they're singing Silent Night in that church. Let's listen. But all this dough, the swag. Nobody ever suspect what we got in these bags. Ain't that music nice? Always was a sucker for church music. Yeah, it is kind of nice, but I want to get out of town. That last job we pulled. Shut up or I'll slug you. What harmony. Must be a hundred voices in that choir. The priest steps out. Aha, gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Huh? Huh? But why sit on the cold steps? Come inside. You must be weary out in the cold all day, collecting for the poor. Oh, a wise guy. Ouch. What did you say? He said you are a nice guy. Why, thanks. We'll accept your kind invite. Come on, simp. Hey, wait, Henry. I don't belong to this church. So what? We're crooks. That don't keep us from mingling with honest folks, does it? Come on. They go inside and find a seat. Let us sit here, brothers. We can see better. Oh, by the way, we've got all the poor here tonight. I'm going to make a surprise announcement when the services are over. Gee, pretty layout, ain't it? They sit down in a pew, the priest in between them, and the little boy reaches over with an apple extended in his hand. Have an apple. I've got 2. Yeah, sure. Thanks, kid. And now, brothers and sisters, I have a surprise. An unknown party deposited $10,000 in the Paupers National Bank this morning to enable us to buy presents for every child in this community. Golly, it's the first Christmas present I ever got in my whole life, he says, holding the apple. Chokes the other one up. The little boy says, I hope mine's roast chicken, because we ain't ever had that at our house. Thinking of the gift he'll get for Christmas. Leaving so soon? Says the priest as the Black Henry and Simon walk out. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Father. As Henry and Simple Simon leave, Officer O'Rourke steps from a police concealment. Psst, Father, where are those 2 Santa Clauses that came in a while ago? They just left. What? You let them escape? They're Simple Simon and Black Henry, 2 crooks. I knew that. You did? Then why? This is Christmas Eve, O'Rourke. Yes, Christmas Eve. Oh. Outside, the snow has begun to fall. Again, the sound of the singing grows fainter as the 2 walk off. They're thinking, lamenting maybe. Did you see how happy those poor kids were, Henry? Yeah. Why, imagine. They're so poor they ain't ever had chicken. Yeah. In spite of that, one kid shares his apple with me. Ain't that nice? Yeah. Say, Simple, you don't believe in Santa Claus, do you? Of course not. Well, so long, Henry. I think we gotta separate. Get out of town, you know. Yeah, sure. So long. I'll be seeing you. But as soon as Black Henry is out of sight, the coast is clear. And they both end up at the Pauper National Bank, tripping over each other at the door. Oof. Henry, what are you doing here? I'm giving the dough back. You see, well, that is, it's heavy. I mean, yeah, I know, me too. Stop yamming and help close the safe. I've been thinking, Henry, did you notice that old priest? He looked just like St. Nick himself. I think maybe there really is a Santa Claus. Next morning at Dolan's house, all our friends have gathered to compare their Christmas presents. Ellen speaks up first. I know, let's all get in a circle and open our presents. Hey, a live fighting kangaroo. You gave me that. You need a bodyguard, says the spirit. Dolan points to Finnegan on the couch. Finnegan is busy, so I'll speak for him. He got a carton of detective magazines. Dolan looks down and looks at his hand. I've got a new pipe. Ebony looks at his badge on his jacket, and I've got a special junior deputy badge. And the spirit reads the newspaper saying, and my present was the happiness I got out of this headline. Stolen money returned by unknown crooks caught by Christmas spirit. And now I think we all ought to thank our readers who follow our adventures. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas from Will Eisner and the Spirit. And Merry Christmas from me, and of course, the entire Comics in Motion Network family. I hope you've enjoyed this short special episode for the Christmas season, and I hope you come back next episode where we'll look at something else from the Golden Age of Comics. Merry Christmas.